guys, and welcome to another workout from the power plant. Today I'm going to show you my active recovery. I filmed on the way to the gym, but it was super windy yesterday and he ended up not even being able to hear anything that I said. So I hope you guys enjoy this workout. As always, the workout will be posted down below. If you want to give it a shot, you want to try it out, you can always screenshot it and take it to the gym with you on your active rest day. So with that being said, we are going to get into the workout, but also make sure you stay tuned till the end because I'm going to tell you why active recovery workouts are so important. How do you figure out what is best and how do you perform them if you don't want to do this workout? So make sure you watch to the end where I answer some of your questions when it comes to active recoveries, and I will see you guys then. So let's get to the workout. Okay guys, so after my warm-up, the first exercise I'm going to do here is some glute bridges. So if you know me, you know these are one of my favorites, but today I'm actually going to use a stepper here to get a little bit inclined. The reason why I put glute bridges or hip raises on my active recovery days just to open up my hip flexors. Okay, I am often sitting doing a lot of this work, so making sure that my hips get a nice stretch from the week and ready for movements like squats and deadlifts and everything basically in the gym that I do for the week, I'm performing these. So you can perform them without a stepper. You can just use the floor here, making sure you're pushing through the heels, making sure that your knees are not touching. Imagine a imaginary ball in between your knees and really push those hips up. Squeeze your glutes and keep the core tight. You notice even while I'm going up here, I'm not going to arch my lower back. So keep that core nice and tight at the top and really squeeze. So I'm gonna go for 3 rounds of 20. Yes, 20 because they are body weight, and this is just going to give us some nice movement in the hips, as well as you'll see a couple other exercises that I do in this workout really focus on letting those hips open up, stretching the front of my legs, because your girl here is very quad dominant, okay? I rely on my tree trunks a lot, so I want to make sure they get a nice stretch, and this is a nice active way to do that. One other thing through all these exercises, as well as you'll see, is really take your time, guys. I know a lot of you do HIIT workouts during the week, or you're doing high intensity lifting, so really making sure you take your time and breathe these reps. Make sure you squeeze your muscles. Remember, this is an active recovery, so this is not go a 10 out of 10. This is a 4 to 6. So keep it light. You know, find the spot where you can just really focus on opening and stretching and getting those muscles engaged, but you're not getting out of breath. You're not breaking out of sweat too much, right? Maybe you're sweating a little bit. You will see I'll be sweating later on, but I just want to focus on breathing and activation. Alright, so the second exercise, I'm actually going to break out the resistance bands. If you do not have them, do not worry, you can still complete this, but I'm going to put the resistance band above the knee. I'm going to come to my side here. My elbow is going to be under my shoulder. I'm going to lift my hips to the side, and then while keeping my feet stacked, I'm going to open like a clamshell here, okay? So again, we're focusing on hip, we're focusing on the glute activation here, but now we're just adding a little bit of those oblique side abs action here to get them popping, as well as giving some shoulder recovery here. So make sure that elbow is right in line with your shoulder, and make sure that you are facing towards the side you are working, guys. I can't emphasize this enough. Again, take your time and make sure you breathe and really just focus on the muscle activation, because we're going 3 rounds, 12 reps on each side. So this is gonna burn. You're gonna feel it in the side of your abs. You're gonna feel it in the side of your glute. Make sure you take your time. I will show you from the other side here so you can see that I keep my feet nice and stacked, and I'm really just focusing on opening and squeezing that outer glute, as well as maintaining that form, keeping my eyes forward. And this will also help you get better at side planks as well, if that's something you struggle with, because it's really going with the modification form of side plank. So while I turn to hit the other side here, you'll see that my elbow is still in line with my shoulder. My feet are stacked. I'm going to imagine that my heels are actually glued together, and I'm just kind of opening the knee as far as I can while keeping those feet together. So this is definitely going to add a challenge. A lot of these exercises in this workout are very much key to stabilization, giving you a little bit of a challenge and just getting back to a body weight. You'll see in this entire workout, other than the resistance bands, I do not use a single dumbbell. I do not use a single kettlebell. I am just using my body. I am just letting my body function properly, activate properly, breathe properly, and sometimes just taking out weights, especially when you're focusing on them a lot in your programs, and just getting your body back to moving on its own can be a challenge, guys. It can offer so much of a different resistance than, say, a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So again, I'm going for three sets of 12 on each side. Alright guys, and for our third, we are going to use a downward dog leg lift into a crunch here. So again, like I just said, using that body weight and really just getting some nice extension. I am going to show you if you do have difficulty getting into this downward dog position. If you have trouble with it, it's definitely something to work on, because it is great to open your shoulders, but it is definitely something to get there. So let me show you the modification to this as well. So if you have trouble getting into downward dog, this is the modified way. You're just going to go to hands and knee, and you're going to perform the same thing with a leg lift, and then touch your knee to your elbow. I still want you to keep that plank nice and tight, or that ab nice and tight, and you're really just going to focus on squeezing. So extending and then squeezing. Again, extending and squeezing. So while I'm extending too, I'm going to make sure that my glutes are squeezed so my lower back does not flare. So no matter what version you're going to do here, or simply just holding the downward dog, we are going to go for 3 sets of 10 on each side, guys. Again, take your time, and you'll see I'm going to complete one side and then I'm going to go for the other. But if you need to take like a child's pose or a break in between, that's totally fine too. Remember, we're just focusing on activating and stretching the muscles out today, so no problem in just taking that nice child's pose in between. Alright guys, so next up we are going to go for just some planks here. We are just going to go for 2 sets of 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Whatever you can really do. We're just trying to, create some better posture. And of course, if you can't go for the full here, you can always go down to our beginner position here and hold the same way. Even if you have to drop to this, right? We're just going 2 sets of 30 seconds to 60 seconds. You choose it. I chose 60 seconds to challenge and push myself, but we're just going for 2 sets here, guys. So after our front planks, we are going to go for some side planks. So this is the advanced version. If you have mastered planks or you're feeling good on your planks, this is a full plank position on the side. We're going to go again 2 sets of 30 seconds to 60 seconds on each side, guys. But of course, I'm also going to show you the intermediate and the beginning as well if you need to modify. Just remember to choose where you are. Make sure that your hips are staying forward, your chest is open, and your elbows and shoulder are in line, making sure that core is tight. Okay, pick where you are. If you're at 30 seconds, there ain't no shame in the game, right? It's all about challenging yourself, building from where you are, and this is the beginner position as well. So if you really struggled with those clam shells, stick with this one and just open up. Again, just letting your body go where it needs to. That's what active recovery is all about. It's just about letting it open to where it needs to. And we only got one more exercise after this, guys, so seriously, you got this. It's almost in the book, okay? You're gonna feel much better doing this, and you're gonna see much more success in your other workouts. And for our last exercise, we're gonna go for some hollow body holds here, guys. So this is the beginner position. Make sure you're squeezing those legs together. Shoulders are coming up off the ground, but you're also keeping that back to the ground, really keeping that core tight. Now, if you feel like you could hold this for more than a minute, try to go to the more intermediate, which I'm gonna show you here, by just raising your legs, squeezing those legs together, and pointing those toes up. This is a great way to get better at hollow body holds. This is definitely something I'm trying to get better because, you know, my friend was like, you want to do headstands, you gotta do some hollow body holds. So I'm just going to keep that core nice and tight, making sure I'm still breathing, holding for 30 seconds to a minute, okay? And we're done. Alright guys, so that was my full workout. Now I like to add an additional 10 to 15 minutes of low intensity steady state cardio, so like an incline treadmill or Stairmaster or an elliptical at the end of these, as well as incorporating some stretching because I have a lot of flexibility goals this year. If you didn't hear me before, I'm trying to master my headstands this year, so I'm really just making sure to take time to, you know, get some stretching, some flexibility, because that's so key, right? Especially in our everyday life. So I just incorporate 10 to 15 minutes of a low intensity steady state, and then just 10 minutes to let my body cool down with some stretching, especially on these active recovery days. Just trying to get those joints nice and stretched out for the week so I can get the best results when it comes to lifting and just feeling better in general. You know, your girl's almost 30. I turn 30 next month, guys, so I really just want to become my best self while I'm 30. I want to feel like I'm 21 again at 30, but even better than I felt 21, guys, because that was a rough year in my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Leave a comment down below. I was going to post my reasoning for active recovery, but you know, this video is already super long, so I think I'm gonna make that a separate video. So make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you guys can know when that video up is as well. Just why it's so important to focus on active recovery and make it part of your program. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.